So hi guys, here's the video that I promised on Facebook earlier. The topic is mainly for my therapist, and the topic is usually discussed within, like between therapists and not really made public, and I think that needs to change. And it's pretty much just basically protecting our profession from solicitors of sex. And I think because we don't talk about it with, you know, outward, like to people other than each other, then it continues to be an issue. And also, I get why it could be, hard because some therapists know other therapists that, you know, participate in these extracurricular activities in their practice, and even though they may not agree with it, they don't say anything. And I think that it makes it hard for us therapists who are not participating. I've been doing this for a little bit over 15 years, and I've had my share of calls and emails and text messages asking certain things about extracurricular things other than massage. You know what I mean? And so I've had it slow down so much once I started to be more blunt and more open and not being a victim. You know what I mean? Like just speaking very assertively and very, but still professional, and just being really serious with these guys. You know what I mean? So here are a couple of tips that I've used that has really drastically decreased my phone calls, texts, and emails about other activities. And I even called like my local police department, and literally there's nothing they can do. I was even informed that they even they prank call the police station with the same stuff. And I mean, those are like jokes, so it's different. When we get called, people are really trying to come here to solicit sex from the therapist, or wherever you are. So, for example, I had a text message once, and it was like, do you guys offer a happy ending? And I'm like, no, sir, we do not. I think you have the wrong establishment, and he was like, if I pay extra. And I was like, well, I texted back, well, I want you to know that I'm recording this phone number in our records for the safety and the safety and security of my staff and I, and I will report it to the authorities. And right away he texted back home, so sorry, I'm so sorry. So that was one way. Another way, some guys are really slick. Do you do a full body massage? And the way that I answer them is yes, we do full body massages in accordance to Louisiana law. Okay, thank you. So they get off the phone real fast. Also with guys that are like, is my therapist pretty? Stop, nip that in the bud. Doesn't matter if your therapist is pretty. This is therapy. This is non-sexual therapy. It has nothing to do with how your therapist looks. Would you ask how your doctor looks? This is holistic therapy. It's nothing else. You may have the wrong place. And sometimes they'll stick around and listen to that. Sometimes before you can finish a sentence, they're already hanging up, and who cares? I mean, that's pretty much what you want them to do. But I always inform the people who text me that their information, like if they call or text, that their information is being documented for the safety and security of the staff at this establishment, because we want to feel safe, you know, and we don't want to feel like we're having weirdos prey on our therapists, you know. So those are a few tips that you can use. I don't think I'm forgetting any. And also, I have for I've had a couple of ignorant ones that are just like, I was like, you know, we don't do this. We just don't do that here, you know. And I was kind of frustrated this day, and I kind of, you know, when the text message is like, you know, I'm reporting you, da da da, and they were like, I don't give a f. Y'all massage therapists be doing all kind of stuff, da 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 da, and I'm like, oh really, you know? And this is not something that's shocking to me. It's just that I guess because I've been on my own for a while, I'm just not really in the, you know, around a bunch of therapists other than like the few that I choose to be here with me. Like I guess I don't get all the tea like when I was working in corporate, you know what I mean? And all the things that are going on, I'm just like, well, that reminded me that, you know, there is some garbage going on. And I don't know why the board doesn't do more here. I feel like in some of these places, you know, like, you know, that they're not licensed therapists. You know, I don't understand how they get away with that, but that's something I do want to bring up with the board eventually. And I keep putting it off because I'm just like, I'm apprehensive about it. But I think it's something that needs to be talked about, and I think that I am going to start that conversation with our board here in Louisiana. And so when the guy got, you know, really nasty and everything, I went to the white pages, and you can report numbers, and they have all these reasons that you're reporting the number, and you can put other, and I put soliciting sex from my business, you know, so it's public, you know, and so they don't like that. You know, they don't want people to know they're being creepy, you know. So those are a few things. Just be really assertive and professional, and don't be a victim to these guys, because if you whimper in a corner, like if you show that sign of weakness, like, oh no, or you feel like you're terrified, like, you just don't want to let them think that they can be that way with you, you know what I mean? Like, really show your muscle. And you know, we have to be really careful, especially these therapists that go to people's homes and hotels, you know. I mean, that could be really, really dangerous. You know, it's dangerous anywhere you go. Something could happen. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to where I haven't had to deal with anything like that. However, you know, I've heard stories. You know what I mean? And I think if more therapists are more assertive and more serious and more strong when we speak to these people, then they kind of get the picture. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on. If I remember anything else, I'll probably put in the comments on my Facebook page. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or comment on my Facebook page or on YouTube or whatever. It doesn't matter. But that was the gist of this video today. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll chat with you guys soon. Okay, bye.